I'm here today with a quick rundown on the topics covered in my Family Energetics online intensive starting August 13th. Shamanic tools and perspectives for trauma healing. Soul retrieval is very often the same thing as trauma recovery, not always. The shamanic perspective that everything is alive and conscious and can help us, work with us, everything has a spirit, as my teachers would say, is why we can personify jobs or diseases, love, death in family constellation work. Neurobiology of layered multi-level trauma. Knowing how the left and right brain and the limbic system work is just hugely helpful in all of the trauma work that you do. Beyond that, trauma exists on different levels, from organizational through ancestral families down to developmental families into the inner family. Where do you work? Clients are entangled in higher levels of higher level systems. Solution focus, why and how it works so well. There's a saying, you can't fix the problem from the problem space. The way I work is I'm always looking, getting some brushstrokes in the solution space and working for behavioral change. Either it works, in which case we've been successful, or else we shine light on what needs fixing and are able to focus that fixing. Inner parts mirror developmental and ancestral family. You can look at the interpersonality parts of a person and you can see direct relationships either reacting against or reacting for parts of these larger families. This is very helpful. The protocol for seamlessly integrating family constellations and energy psychology is very simple but important. Mostly I'm talking about meridian tapping techniques, EMDR, EFT, and so on. The rule is bulky constellations want slim energy psychology protocols, and slim energy psychology protocols are happy in bulky constellations. Once you get that, you got it. There are 4 basic principles to what I call family energetics. You can personify anything and to some extent everything. Anchor those in space, either internal mental space or external space. Cultivate in yourself and your client a childlike openness. And then the truth is, expect to find family structures everywhere. They are part of all human systems, including the internal family. Scale up to the next larger system or keep it simple. If a client has inherited trauma, he or she is entangled in a larger system, and it's difficult to change that person just working on the individual alone. At the same time, if you focus on too large a system and try to, you diffuse things and you don't get the change. So there's a delicate balance here. Discarnate attachments to people and families. The boundaries of the human organism and soul are much fuzzier than we believe. Some of the energies or entities that can attach to humans are parasitic, some are relatively benign. Some of you will be able to work with these kinds of things, some not necessarily so, but we will cover that so that even if you can't work with them, you know when to look for a referral. Empathy and compassion, they're important, but how do you stay safe? This beautiful book, General Theory of Love, just makes a profoundly the best case for the fact that you can't help clients without caring about them. At the same time, you need to protect your own boundaries, and there's a dance here. There are risks and rewards on both sides for this. And finally, managing and learning from difficult clients. There are different kinds of oppositional clients. Directly oppositional, covertly oppositional. There are clients that somehow turn everything you do into a critical defeat of themselves. That's a totally different kind of, quote, opposition, unquote. Learning how to deal with those, I think, is important. So that's the rundown. I hope we see some of you in this workshop. Thanks.